How do you teach her that, about the suffering in the world?
Hi, I'm Heather from the Spohrs Are Multiplying, and I'm very happy to be here on Momversation. With the current situation in Haiti right now, I've been thinking a lot about how we teach our children to be grateful for what they have in their lives. I know that there are a lot of kids out there asking questions about what's going on and how the situation in Haiti is so different from what we experience here in the United States. I had everything I could have ever wanted, and it's not that I wasn't grateful for what I had, but it never occurred to me that there were people who didn't have the same opportunities that I did.
I have a 5-year-old who's extraordinarily inquisitive and has seen the images on television. It's kind of a hard concept for her to grasp, I think, because she comes home to a house every day, and she gets up every morning in her bed. And not only that, her room is filled with electronic toys and board games and a lot of luxuries that many kids in the world don't enjoy.
Being grateful is something that I try to teach Paige all the time, and sometimes it works out really great, and sometimes she ends up wanting to have the $195 flat iron, and it's a crapshoot. But I think more oftentimes than not, I think she gets it.
This is something that comes up for us a lot because my son is something of a drama king, am I being sexist? And he's very into telling us how he's, has the worst family ever, and this is the worst day ever, and his toys are wrong, and his lunch is subpar, and oh, woe is me. I find myself doing this kind of knee-jerk, like, you don't realize how good you have it. We're gonna be grateful and show you how much we have. So it's something that I kind of discuss a lot with him, and I think he's kind of had it with me.
I think the one thing that we can do as parents, and what we try to especially do with Lita, is we're trying to teach her to be generous. And not just with money, but with her time, and with her courtesy, and with her thoughts. And I think that's kind of where you start the foundation of it, is to teach your children to be generous individuals.
When it comes to things like, where you live and the cars you drive and even the shape that you're in and your body, you have to remember that you are a model for your children. So if you're complaining about your beat up old car, at least you have a car. There are a lot of people who don't. If you're complaining about, carrying 10 extra pounds, there's a lot of people who would kill for 10 extra pounds.
Volunteering at a food bank, I think, was pretty hard for Paige. Kids waiting in line with their parents for a bag of free food was really hard. She cried afterwards, but I think, it's like one of those things that, I feel like crying afterwards because it's just hard to imagine, a lot of families are out there struggling right now.
The whole gratefulness thing, it's a topic that comes up a lot more now that we live in a city. When we didn't, we lived in a suburb, you are just a little more sheltered.
It's more than just opportunities, it's more than just material things. My first daughter was born 11 weeks premature and struggled with her health her whole life. And we never took for granted that we had her, because we almost lost her at birth, and then unfortunately we lost her 17 months later due to her prematurity. And I think that that's going to be one of the most important lessons I teach my children in the future, is something as simple as when you're born, something you have no control over can make such an impact on your life.
If you can teach them, to take a few extra moments to think about what they say to their friends, or to take a few extra moments because the person in front of them may walk a little slower than they do, and to not get impatient all the time with those things, then, that can expand to other parts of their lives.
So I was wondering what the rest of you ladies think and how you're planning on teaching your children to be grateful.
Join the Momversation at momversation.com.